thank you so much for taking time out of your day to knit with me, drink coffee, tea, crochet, work on some handcrafts with me for this hour of your time. I'm going to dive immediately into my knitting, and as usual, I will start with my works in progress. So, I've been kind of doing a bit of everything this week. One thing that I've worked on this week is, of course, my Bird of Happiness. So I have added a bird to the collection. I have no idea what yarn this is. I cannot remember for the life of me. It is a yarn that someone sent me as a mini skein for my Cozy Memories blanket, and I had just a teeny ball left. I seriously probably had, I would say, 3 to 4 meters of this yarn left after I finished my Bird of Happiness. I had just enough yarn for a bird, and I fell in love with this yarn as I knit my my square with it. And I thought, I need to make a bird with it. So I'm calling her a girl. She smells so nice and fresh. I've kind of transformed the way that I've been. Every time I knit a new one, I kind of do something a little bit different. So now I've started really rubbing the lavender before I put it into the birds, because it just makes it smell so much more fresh and so much nicer. I know that's how it is with any dried herb or anything dried that you're using. If you grind it, the smells, the aromas just come alive. So I've been doing that with my birds, and here is the newest bird to my collection. I love her. She turned out really nice. I've stuffed her more than I've stuffed any of my birds, and I'm really happy with the way that she turned out. She's so sweet, and she smells fantastic. You will be seeing, I'm sure, one of these every episode, or 2 each episode, because it's something that I just like knitting when I want to sit down and knit something fun and something. It's just like the Cozy Memories blanket. It's so satisfying because you just need a teeny bit of yarn. You get to use new yarns. I have a lot of projects. Well, I have a couple of projects that are one skein projects, and all of those generally are using a fingering weight yarn. So I'm using that yarn over and over and over, which is totally fine because they're yarns that I love and adore. But it's fun every once in a while to knit up a bird or to knit up a square in my Cozy Memories blanket, and to just use some fun bits and bobs of yarn. I'm really enjoying that sort of a thing. So I love knitting her. I really liked it. It gets easier and easier. Not that it's a difficult pattern, the Bird of Happiness. It's a free download on Ravelry. So I've made loads of them. Check them out. They're so much fun. I've been stuffing mine with natural wool and lavender just to give it a nice, pretty smell. Yeah, it's a great project for leftovers of hand spun as well. So the next thing, the next thing that I have been working on, and I am so happy. I'm so happy that I picked this up and finished the stinking heel, because you guys know I'm talking about my I've given these a new name. Something like Operation Warm Socks for Grandpa. I'm so happy that I just bit the bullet and I knit the heel on these freaking things. So I knit a little bit of this. Before, I had just done a couple of rows of the heel, and now I've finished it, and I've already almost knit two stripes of the foot. Now the finished foot I think needs 6 stripes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a teeny bit of a stripe here. So I'm this far. My socks are matching up perfectly, is the way that I'm knitting them. It's funny that the heels worked out almost the exact same. Sally, I think her name is, oh goodness, Sally, I'm so sorry. Grammy Bug or Grammy Knitter Bug on Ravelry. She's super awesome person. She sent me an email quite a long time ago telling me that I should knit from the outside of the skein whenever I'm knitting the heel to my sock, so that the whole sock matches up all the way from the top to the bottom. And since she's written me that, that's what I've done. And it's such an amazing tip because it just makes your socks look so much more fluid. And I personally, I will always do my socks that way. I almost forgot with this one. I think I knit a couple of rows of the heel and then remembered, oh no, why are you doing this? And then I ripped it out and redid it. So I'm finally knitting some on this foot. So great. I feel like I've just kind of, I feel like I can breathe easily about this project now because it's smooth sailing from here on. I just knit the foot. I have no decreases until I get to the toe. So this is complete, easy, relaxed, no thinking, meditative knitting, which is nice. And then I'm so excited, I know I mentioned this in the last episode, to look through all of my yarn and cast on my next pair of socks. Yeah, not that I'm not enjoying these because they're for my lovely, wonderful grandpa, who I'm really happy, very, very happy to gift these to. But I'm really excited to use something else. You guys all know male socks take a long time to knit, and in the time that it takes me to knit these, I could have knit a whole three socks probably for myself. So I am using, let's see here, my Knit Pro Carbon's double point needles, which I love. You guys know they're my favorite. And I wish I had, I kept my ball band, good. I'm using the Patton's Cray socks, the rag shades, in gray, brown, marl. That's the colorway that I'm using. And I love it. I do not know, so inside of my project bag for these socks, I have this Lolo Love little lotion sample. So Elizabeth, one of my viewers, sent me this quite a while ago when I mentioned that I have such dry hands. And she said it's her favorite and she loves it. And I don't know if I ever mentioned this. I know I shared the package that she gave me, but I think I maybe ripped this lotion out even before I showed the package on the air, and I stuffed it inside of some project bag and have been using it religiously since then. It's so nice because it's a hard lotion. You just rub it and then you just put it on your hands. And it's a little bit oily, but it goes into your hands pretty quickly. So it's easy enough to knit with. It dries really, really fast. And it's lavender, and you guys all know that I have a soft spot for lavender. So I wanted to share that. I'm sorry if I already did, but this is just a sample size. And I was talking to my friend Tina, who knows and has made hard soaps, of course, hard soaps, hard lotions, lip balms, and she said that she is going to show me, and we can make an experiment with some hard lotions because I really like them, and I think it would be fun to try and make some myself. So those are the socks. Yeah, I have no plans of how much I'm going to knit on them. I have quite a while. There's no rush to get them to my grandpa. I just want them to him before the weather gets cold. I know the weather in Wisconsin, where he lives, is very hot and warm at the moment. So he does not need any wool socks. I have picked up my shawl again. I have picked up my Shawl Design. I was a little bit nervous about picking this up, and I haven't knit on it in quite a while because I had been holding off for so long on it. And I thought, oh my God, this is a shawl that I've been designing. Yes, I've taken notes on it as I've been designing it, but the last couple of rows I haven't really written anything. and I kind of didn't know where to pick up. I didn't know where I had left off. I was a little bit nervous, and I was feeling a little bit discouraged by it. Not that when I was knitting it, I didn't enjoy it, and not that when I was knitting it, I was having problems, because I actually wasn't. This shawl that I'm designing has gone by so fluidly, so nicely, so I still love it. Of all the shawls that I've knit, this one that I've designed, of course, one would hope, is my favorite. I absolutely love it. I love the yarn I'm using. I love the stitches I've used. I love the size, the shape. I adore it. So I've been knitting quite a bit on it. This is one thing that I would love to just finish. And I know I can if I really just take time to finish the shawl. And that's hard when you're busy working and doing other things. It's hard to just sit down and really, really work on a shawl when your permanent job is not being a knitwear designer. But I would love to. The fall is coming. I would love to have this design out for you guys to knit, for you to enjoy, because I love it. It's so special to me, and I want to share it with you guys. So I hope that I can have it finished and have the pattern up. I would say by September would be the dream. So my yarn is almost, it's going really well. This is all I have left. And I would like to use quite a bit of it, because you all know that I love really big, comfy, cozy, fall time shawls. So I've shown this yarn before, but I haven't shown it for a while. So I want to show it again just because it's so stunning and gorgeous. It is from Decadently Divine Yarns on Etsy. And this is the Squash Blossom colorway. It's the Decadent Sock Superwash yarn. It's 100% superwash merino. And there are 490 yards, so it's going to make quite a hefty shawl, which is wonderful. I'm really enjoying it. I absolutely am having a thrill. It's such a thrill to work on this. And I have this in this super awesome, humongous box bag that my amazing friend Sherilyn gave me. I love the way, I've had this for a really long time, since before I started this podcast. So the inside is really cute with this adorable pink and cream polka dots. I love this bag. It's so big, and it's nice that you can just kind of carry it around with the little handle. Super cute. The next thing that I've been knitting is my Cozy Memories blanket. So the last package that I received was from Melinda, who is so awesome. She's so cool. She's someone who I could be friends with in real life if I knew her personally, if I could be around her personally in real life, because she seems like she just has such a really great personality. Yeah. So since we last spoke, I've knit have I knit 4 or 5? I can't remember which ones I knit, but I'm not sure if I had this one knit last time. I think I had just began it, or maybe I had even just began this one. I know that I raved about how much I loved this Madeline Tosh single ply yarn, which I still love and want some. I've been looking a little bit online and haven't found anywhere local that sells this. So I've knit, I think this is the one that I had began. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. It's so fun that it's getting so big, but because here in Germany and in Berlin, it is so not a normal thing that you have air conditioning. So we have no air conditioning, and it's the summer. It's been in the 30s. This week it hasn't been as hot. I think today the high is 26 degrees. But still, that's hot when you don't have air conditioning and you have the sun shining down on you. So it's difficult to pick up this big blanket and knit on it in the heat. As with almost any knitting project that's quite large. This afternoon I was knitting on the socks a little bit for my grandpa, and my fingers were sweating. I was hot. So you can imagine having the Cozy Memories blanket on my lap isn't the most comfy thing in hot weather. I've done these squares in bed with the fan on me because there's no way that I can do it. This is actually the square that uses the yarn that I just made my most recent Bird of Happiness with. It's gorgeous. I would love to have a pair of socks in this. Same with this yarn. I really love this yarn as well. I made a Bird of Happiness with that one as well, I believe. Maybe not. But I have a little bit of that one left. I think just enough to make a bird as well. So on this blanket, I have this super sweet stitch marker. It's a clasp, open one, with a little music note on it. I am a huge music lover. I actually went to university to study music initially. I wanted to be a choral professor, or musical theater. Anyway, so this is really sweet. I was having a little bit of a rough day, and a really good friend of mine, Tina, who I've talked about, gave this to me, which I thought was adorable, and super sweet. And Tina, I know you watch, so that was very nice. Thank you. Let's see if I can show it again. I know it was wiggling before. So there it is, just a sweet little stitch marker that obviously I think of Tina when I see it on my project. And Tina just crochets. We've got to get her into knitting. But she's happy crocheting, so Tina, you don't have to. You don't have to knit. I'm not pressuring you or anything. It would just be fun to knit. So, last week I mentioned that I had this project going for Tina's daughter Emma, this owlet sweater by, who is this by? I always want to say Davies, but I don't know if it's Davies or Davis. Katie Davies. Yes, it is. Kate Davies is the owlet sweater. This was such a heartbreaker because Emma's birthday is Tuesday, and I ripped it out. I ripped the sweater out because I didn't love it. And I know a lot of you said to just keep it in and bear it through and knit it. But there are some of you as well who said, rip it out, just rip it out. If you don't love it, rip it out. And all of you said, I'm sure you've already made your decision, which I did. I made it that exact day that I filmed. I ripped it out because I really care about them. Emma is a really special little girl. She's Elodie's best friend. I see her almost every day. And I don't just want to give her this hand-knit sweater that I didn't enjoy knitting, that I made myself knit because I knew I just had to get it finished in time for her birthday. If I'm giving Emma something, I want it to be something special. And I want it to be something that, especially if it's handmade, I want it to be something that's made with love. So I could not justify at all giving Emma this hand-knit sweater that I said all of these crazy noises over. So yeah, I did rip it. I am currently working on something else, which I don't want to share because Tina watches, and I don't want Tina to know what I'm making for her. So I will definitely show it in the next podcast. I will be showing you what I've made and share it with you. So that's all I can say on that matter. But I wanted to let you know my final decision on what I ended up doing with the sweater, and thank you for your feedback. It was cute that you guys all cared and gave me your opinions and listened. So I have been doing some spinning this week. I think the last time I showed you my rock and string creation yarn that I had just finished plying, it was on the bobbin. So I washed it, I soaked it with Elodie, I thwacked it nice and good, and I wound it up into a skein. So here it is. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. It's so funny. When I was listening to the Knitmore girls, I don't know when they're the last episode that I listened to. It was the one before Tour de Fleece even started. So a while ago. I'm a little bit behind on their podcast. They were talking about how you should love every project that you spin the most. So when you're spinning one project and then you ply it, you think, oh my goodness, that is the most beautifully stunning yarn I have ever spun and plied. Ever. And then the next one that you spin, it should be the same feeling over and over. And it's kind of never ending. Every time you're learning, every time you feel that way. Oh, this is the nicest yarn I've ever made. Oh no, this is the nicest yarn I've ever made. Why didn't I do this last time? And that's how I feel about this one. I think this is the nicest yarn that I have ever made, and I love it. I think I did such a wonderful job. But it's neat. It's fun because I am newer in my spinning journey. It's not that I've been spinning anywhere close to how long I've been knitting. So for me, it's fun to have something that I'm kind of learning to do. And while I love this, while I think that this is the most beautiful yarn that I've made personally, I can see where I could have done things differently. I love the way I plied this. Like I said last time, I need to go back and reply some of my old skeins of yarn that I've already plied. I need to redo it because it's not tightly enough plied. I think I was scared of over plying yarn. And this yarn even I think could have been a little bit more plied, just a little bit more. It's a little bit unevenly plied in spots, but not bad at all. I'm just being a little bit harsh, I guess, on myself, but as well very truthful. So I really love the way this turned out. I think I will knit this up into a vest for Elodie sometime. I would like to have it finished for the winter, the fall winter. And I love it. I like that the next yarn that I make, I know is going to be my favorite. Because I will do it a little bit differently than I did that one. And I showed you last time that the yarn or the fiber that I'm spinning is from Edgewood Garden. It's hand painted roving by Ilga Janssens. The color is Water Ski Day. It is a 50-50 silk BFL, 4.2 ounces. So this is the label. And this is my little wheel, all that I have left of the wheel of fiber. In its braid, it's very pretty. I really like it. And I finished 2.1 ounces. I split it up. It's kind of hilariously plied, gets thicker on the bottom and then thinner on top. I went a little bit out of control. I would say the last, I would say I did the last maybe 100 grams of this outside on the balcony. And I was just soaking up the sounds of the birds and the sun on my back, and the children playing down at the playground, because there's a playground near to us. I just kind of wasn't paying attention to the evenness of my bobbin, which was okay. It's not a big deal. It just looks hilarious. So yes, I'm happy that half of it is finished. I haven't even begun the other half. So I've already kind of made it into a pencil roving, and I've made it into a little ball. This is just a little bit of it, but this is how I prepare it. I take off a big section, so I'll undo the braid and I'll take off maybe this much, and then I'll separate it. I think with this one I maybe separated it into 6 different strands. So here is a strand. And I would actually like this fiber much better if it didn't have this color in it. I'm not the biggest fan of this color with these blues and teals. I'm hoping that when I spin it up and ply it, that this color will magically become beautiful, because there are spots when this color has, I know it doesn't look like it at this moment, but there are spots when it gets thin here that it has that neon effect, which I've mentioned before that I'm not the hugest fan of, but I'm thinking that maybe when it gets paired with a darker blue, it softens it a bit and looks a little bit nicer. But we'll see. I've really been enjoying this. It is so smooth. I've heard that BFL is just such a slippery, nice fiber. Silk is, of course. But this is the first time I've ever spun with BFL. I've spun with silk before, but I've spun it mixed with merino. I've never spun it mixed with BFL. I've never spun BFL on its own, so I don't know that fiber exactly, particularly how you work with it. Or how it works on its own. I have, I think, 1 or 2 BFL rovings that are 100% BFL, and I'm curious how those will spin up just as a 100% BFL braid of fiber. So I would like to be spinning a lot more. I kind of feel like I can spin 2 ounces a week if I really dedicate myself to it. And I enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it. I think that when this is finished, it will be a DK weight, is my guess. Yeah, DK. I think it will be a little bit thicker. A heavy DK. In between DK and worsted. Kind of like this, I guess. A little bit uneven. But I guess up here this looks more worsted. It's quite uneven. It has bloomed a lot since it has dried and been thwacked. Oh, I really love it. I really love the Rock and String Creation pencil roving. It's so soft. It's so soft. It's really nice. Yeah, I would like to be spinning more, and I have been, and I'm happy that I have been, because I've been having fun with it, and I'm enjoying learning about it. So that's been fun. That's what's been going on in my spinning world. On to the handcraft along, which I've been hosting for June and July. It will end this month, so I will still keep doing a lot of handcrafts. And after doing this handcraft along and being involved in it, I know that I need to be doing more handcrafts. Like, I need to be doing more spinning. I need to be doing more cross-stitching, more sewing, more handcrafts. And I finished my tea time sampler. I absolutely love it. And the thing that is, for me personally, hilarious is that Robert really likes it. I had it hanging in the window to dry, and he came in and just kind of out of nowhere said, that looks really nice. That turned out really nice. I really like it. And he has no problem with it hanging in the living room kitchen, which is, it's an open concept. He has no problem with it hanging there because I guess our house is quite shabby chic anyway. But this is how it looks. So here it is, finished. Isn't it adorable? It's so cute. I know it's not everyone's style, but I absolutely love it. So this is how it turned out. I then glued this along the side of the embroidery hoop. And this is how I finish the back of my embroidery hoops. I always have a fabric on the back, and then I glue the side, because I'm never going to take this out of here. This will always stay inside of this embroidery hoop and hang from the hoop, because I really like the look of that. This was so much fun to do, and I can see that I will do another one. I would love to try it with different colors. I really like these colors, but I would love to do the teacup in a different color. I have no idea what, but I would really like to try and do some other fun things with it. But it was really enjoyable. I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. It makes me want to do another cross stitch, because now I'm kind of in cross stitch mode. I have the Once Upon a Time sampler from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, which is the same person that made the Tea Time sampler. And I would really, really like to do that, but I'm a little bit overwhelmed, I guess, by the project. So I kind of thought, just take one square of it at a time. Just think of it as one square rather than 12 squares. And I am so far behind as well. But I know I can catch up really easily. It's not even like each square is that complicated, that time consuming. It is time consuming, don't get me wrong, but it's not like it's a forever ongoing project. Each square, if I take it as one square at a time, I would love to finish it. It's beautiful, it's so gorgeous, and have it hanging in Elodie's room, because it's such a nice, sweet cross stitch. I also love and adore the ABC sampler. I need to buy this when I decide I'm going to do it. Yes. So this one is finished. A viewer, Sherilyn, sent and gifted me the pattern, which was the sweetest thing ever. And I loved working on it. Like I said, it will be one that I will do over and over. If you guys haven't seen the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries patterns, go check them out. They are so cute, so fun. The owners are often doing surprise cross stitch alongs, which is what the Once Upon a Time sampler is. It's really cool. The next thing that I would like to do, because the handcraft along is still going, I would like to do another cross stitch, or at least begin working on one, but I want to make a pom-pom garland. Just to add more to my crazy shabby chicness in my house. So I was going to start today, but I got caught up in doing some other things. But I will start it, because I really want one to hang around the border of the kitchen, because I just want one. I've been wanting a pom-pom garland forever. So I will do this size of pom-pom. These are from Knit Pro. Just really nice, simple, easy pom-pom makers. You get 4 in a package, all different sizes. They're really wonderful. And I think I'll just use this plain pink, it's kind of a heathered pink yarn from GGH yarn. It's a local German yarn, and I have one skein plus this left from the Wood Stove Season cardigan that I made by Alicia Plummer. I made it last winter. So I have a little bit left. I think it's a really pretty color. I still haven't decided if I'm going to knit the garland with just one color, or if I want to do different colors. I thought I would do it with just this color, but now as I'm speaking, different colors sound so nice. But a themed color. Colors that go nicely with my kitchen. Maybe like pink, mint, green, purple, and like a Tiffany blue. Oh, that sounds really nice. Yeah, so I hope that I have a pom-pom garland finished for next week. would be really cool to have a little granny square garland. That could be nicer than a pom-pom one. Maybe I make a little miniature granny square garland. Something to think about. The prizes for the handcraft along are these 2 little kits. So I'm not going to go through all of them. I have the, oh goodness, how am I forgetting what all of these are called? I have the, I think it's summertime camping kit, which is here. And then I have the winter relaxation kit here. So nice. Weird and Twisted, which is a local German company, has a coupon code homespun. You can get 10% off in her shop if you use that code. She makes amazing hand-spun art yarns. They're really, really beautiful. If you guys love Harry Potter, go and check out her Diagon Alley yarns. So cool. Really, really cool. Totally worth it. So that's what's going on for the handcraft along. The next thing that I wanted to share with you guys is something that is so exciting. So I received a package this week, and the package is from Debbie. She sent this really, really neat card. I guess it's put out by Blue Moon Fiber Arts with this really gorgeous roving on it. And this picture is a sheep tissue roving kit in the Rooster Rock colorway. So I don't know if she got this with the kit, but then she wrote a really nice message on the inside. So she sent me 2 cards, which is really neat, Debbie. And then she sent me this beautiful card. Very pretty. So let's show you guys what she sent. One thing that she sent has already been opened and used and is being used currently. So Debbie did not send me this teacup. This was one of Robert's grandmother's, but she did send me, I don't know if you can see in there, I don't want to tip it, this amazing, amazing coffee that I'm drinking. So I've talked to you guys about my favorite thing to drink is coffee. I am a 100% coffee lover. It's my favorite all-time thing to drink. I just love it. And I'm drinking it morning to night, all the time. I never have this crazy coffee caffeinated problem. It doesn't really affect me. I don't have any problem going to bed. Yes, but I love coffee and I love flavored coffee. I think that this is just an American thing because nobody here in Germany knows anything about it. They have no idea what a flavored coffee is. So flavored coffee that she sent me is from Godiva, and she sent me the hazelnut cream coffee. And goodness gracious, you guys, it is gorgeous. It is so, so tasty. So basically, those of you who don't know, flavored coffee, it doesn't have any more calories than a normal coffee. It just basically has flavor infused into the beans. So it's hard to explain if you've never tried it. But Tina was over last night, and she is a massive coffee lover as well. And I made this for us to drink, and she really loved it. She oohed and awed and over how nice it tasted. Tina has a really, really fancy coffee machine. And she approved of this coffee from my cheap coffee maker. She just thought it was lovely. So thank you so much, Debbie. This is such a treat to have because it's nothing that I can find here in Germany. Like I've mentioned, it has to be sent from my parents. They're the only people who have And my grandma has sent a bag of coffee. So it's something that I'm so rarely getting, but it was so wonderful of you to think of me and send me a bag of flavored coffee. And this one was amazing. I've never had the hazelnut one. I've had loads of different ones. I've never had Godiva. I know of the brand, but it is delicious. It will be gone quickly because I'm drinking a lot of it, but we enjoy it so much. Robert was over the moon excited when I showed him what was in the package, because he as well loves the flavored coffee. Debbie also sent 4 mini skeins for my Cozy Memories blanket. So she sent a Cherry Tree Hill Super Sock. This is sugar maple, because we all know I love Cherry Tree Hill. This one is by TSA. And these two are my favorite. So this one is Lorna's Laces. And what is this called? Country Christmas. I am obsessed with Christmas. It is my favorite time of the year. I love fall. Fall is my favorite time of the year, but it is my favorite occasion. And this colorway is amazing. I would love to have an entire skein of this yarn because it's stunning. It's gorgeous. It is Christmas. So I'm really excited to add that to my blanket. I don't know if I will save that for Christmas, because I feel like I kind of need to knit a Christmas square on Christmas Day. I'm just thinking about this as I'm going. And this one kills me. This skein is as well stunning. It's so beautiful. This is Blue Moon Socks That Rock Lightweight. This is Peas Blossom? Pease? Peas Blossom. Very, very pretty. So I think I have 3 more skeins, I'm not sure, of the yarn that Melinda sent me. So I'll finish those, and then I will add 3 from here. And then I will save the Christmas one for Christmas Day. I know that that's forever away, but I know I'm still going to be working on this blanket then. So I could be. Would be awesome if I wasn't. And it would be okay if I was, don't get me wrong. You guys know I love working on my Cozy Memories blanket. If you guys are working on Cozy Memories blankets, you better be hashtagging them on Instagram with Cozy Memories blanket. Don't forget the blanket at the end. Yes, fun project. So excited to get your yarns to add to my blanket. Such nice choices. They're all completely different, which makes it a lot of fun. The next thing that she sent, because we all know that I love knitting socks, is this trekking sock yarn. So here it is, and Debbie says about this yarn, let's see what she said. A skein of her favorite sock yarn. Oh no, that's not it. There's a skein of Trekking XXL. I have 4 skeins in the same colorway. It knits up like Neapolitan ice cream. It's really pretty. It's pink, brown, this really gorgeous caramel color, and cream. So I'm definitely excited to knit it up. I think it's very, very pretty. And I like this. It looks like it's going to have that Fair Isle self-striping sort of effect. So I really like that. Then she sent along, this is her favorite brand for sock yarn. It is Mountain Colors. And when I worked in the yarn shop in Monona, Wisconsin, This is a brand that sold so well in the yarn shop. And at the time I was young and didn't spend a lot of money on yarn. While I worked in the yarn shop, I definitely used nicer yarns. Like I've mentioned, that's when I started really experimenting with nicer yarns, because I was commissioned to make a lot of samples for the shop, and that's when I really got into using nicer yarns. But this one was never one that I used. I've never used a Mountain Colors yarn. It's hand painted, but I remember I always was intrigued by it. I always wanted to knit some, because like I said, so many people bought it. Really just a popular yarn in the shop. So here this is. It's really neat. It's in the color Mountain Tango. Then she included 2 skeins of Cherry Tree Hill, because she said that she really loves Cherry Tree Hill as well. So she included this 1 skein of Surrey lace. It's 100% alpaca lace weight, 437 yards. I have no idea what I'll do with this. I'll probably make a shawl. It's in the Life's a Beach colorway. Really pretty green. So there that is. So cute. So cute of you, Debbie, to send me some Cherry Tree Hill. And then she sent me another skein of Cherry Tree Hill in 65% merino, 35% silk, in the silk and merino bulky. So this is 173 yards in the Wild Cherry colorway. I love these colors. These are so my colors. I love purples and reds and pinks. Very pretty. So that's really exciting. And then Debbie sent me lotion. She said that she kind of sent it as hand lotion, but it can also be used as body lotion. And this is called Evelyn Rose. And it smells delicious. Not delicious, it smells really nice. I've already used it quite a bit. It reminds me of something my grandma Sue would use. So when I'm putting it on, I think of her. It's funny that it's called Evelyn Rose, because if we were to have another girl, I would like to name her. I think about naming her Evelyn or Ruby, because my great grandma's name was Ruby. But cute. I really like it. It smells fantastic. It has that really nice rose smell that doesn't smell artificial. And then she sent me a tube of Burt's Beeswax lip balm, which I adore. My mom always bought me Burt's Bees products when I was younger, because it's natural and it's really nice. And this smells so good. I know the Burt's Bees has that little hint of mint in it, which is soothing, refreshing, and cooling. It's so nice. So that was such a fun package to get, and full of so many sweet thoughts and words and gifts. It was just so thoughtful of you, Debbie. I am so thankful. Oh, also, I've forgotten one thing. Debbie also sent for Elodie these 2 really cool old vintage from 1974 Mickey Mouse comics, and they're really neat because they're in German, and Elodie loves Mickey Mouse. So I will not give them to her now. They're way too fragile, but I maybe will frame them for now, and then when she's a little bit older, I don't know, maybe 10 or even 8, I guess, when she's really reading, we can look through them together and she can look at them. So that's so cool. I love it. I love everything. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Debbie. Thank you so much. I have been doing some baking because this past week was Robert's birthday, and he was in the hospital for his birthday. He got out in the afternoon, so I didn't even see him in the morning before I went to work. But I made him a cake. I made cake that I make every year for him for his birthday. Whenever Robert needs a baked item, he always requests this cake, and it is the Martha Stewart Ultimate Chocolate Cake, along with the Ultimate Chocolate Frosting. And it is so delicious. I have had so many chocolate cakes in my life because my mom is the hugest chocolate fan you will ever meet. And she's made a lot of different chocolate cakes. And this one it's really great. It's so delicious. When I've made this cake, people end up fighting over the last piece. That's no joke. It's that good. So I just kind of wanted to talk about it and throw it out there. If you guys are looking for something delicious and super fattening and full of sugar to bake, totally try the Martha Stewart Ultimate Chocolate Cake. It is so, so yummy. I made 2 of them, and I sent Missy and Tina, who came over last night, Emma's parents, home with one of the cakes because that's too much cake. What in the world are we going to do with 2 cakes? So hopefully they eat it, or Missy takes it to work with him or something, but yeah. So I had a fantastic time talking with you guys this week. It's so sunny outside right now. I cannot wait to be finished with my day and pick up Elodie from Kita and take her to the park and play with her and have a really nice afternoon. I hope that you guys all enjoy your days, enjoy your afternoons, whatever you choose to do after you finish watching this. I hope you just have a fantastic time, a fantastic weekend ahead, and I will see you all next week. So happy knitting, and bye-bye.